recording.
There you
All
go.
right.
Perfect.
Ooh. Hey everyone, by the way, we just did mute you until we get to the question, if you guys have any questions, and then we can unmute you, or you can also message in the chat.
Yes, but I'm glad to see that you guys are already here, ready for the meeting. It will start very soon, in 3 minutes.
Wait, is Steven on mute? Because he's one of the member at Chess Club.
What?
Oh.
Who should we unmute?
Steven.
All right. All right.
Wait, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, cool.
Oh, hey.
Well,
How are you? How's everyone?
All right, guys, so it is now 4 o'clock. So this is the SGA and student meeting. This is our first one. So I just want to invite all of you guys and thank you guys for coming out. So we're gonna go on. So we are just going to introduce ourselves. My name is Maya Jeffries and I am the president of SGA for this school year. So I'm studying business management technology. I'm a sophomore and I'm really excited for this year to see what we can do.
And I'm Chris LeBall. I'm the Vice President of Student Concerns, studying communications right now. That's it.
Oh, hi. I'm New. My name is New. I am a computer science major. I am the Vice President of Club Outreach. I also run 2 clubs here at RCBC, which is Chess Club and Crochet Club. And yeah.
All right, I'm Kai Binnick. I'm Vice President of Community Service here for this year. I'm a junior in the 3+1 program, and I'm a criminal justice and psychology major. We got a lot planned for this year, so hopefully we can get something done.
All right, and just to let you guys know, SGA's purpose is to use your voices to influence our campus. So we really want you guys to feel like you can reach out to us with all of your comments and suggestions because that's what we're here for. So to begin, this is the link to the meeting agenda. Unless you can't click it on here, but if you can put the link to the agenda into the chat, that would be great. And so just some of the main points that we're really gonna try and work on today is, first, we're gonna start off with a fun question, just to start things off in a fun way. And then we're going to discuss some of the things that we've been working on and that we're putting into place. And then we're gonna talk about some things that we want to accomplish in the future, some things that we're thinking about and hoping to do. And then we can receive your suggestions, your ideas, or any of your student concerns, anything that you guys want to share with us, you can do that at that time. And then we're going to have some fun, and we're going to just brainstorm some fun questions for our next meeting. So to begin, our first fun question is going to be, what is the first thing that you guys would like to do after the pandemic? So you guys, if you don't want to say it verbally, you guys can write it in the chat, and then we can look at that and we can just, you know, have a good conversation before we start. Is there anyone who would like to go first? You can go.
Yeah, I can't wait to go to a concert. Like that's something I always used to like to do, and you know, I just find myself like dancing in the basement and like when no one's watching. So like I'm still ready to go, and maybe like Taylor Swift or somebody like really popular. And I don't know, I'm just really excited. I'd like to go to a concert.
Yeah, that sounds fun. I don't think I've ever really gone to a real concert before, so that would be something to do, something to look forward to. Is there anyone else?
Yeah, I know I always complain when I go to amusement parks that it's crowded, but honestly, it's a good feeling to go and it's crowded and you bump into people and it just gives you that happy feeling. And I know like the lines like are really awful, but it's like when you get there early knowing it's going to get crowded soon and there's just like this atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's fun. I think I'm also kind of in that same boat. Like I'd like to go to the beach and like have fun and just experience that, being around more people and being able to talk to more new people and just being on campus, really. I think that's really what I'm excited to do. Do you guys see any answers in the chat?
Kelsey Moss for HSC. I can unmute you if you'd like. All right, I think I unmuted you, Kelsey.
Yeah, yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. My name is Kelsey Moss. I am the representative for the Human Services Club. I'm also the president of the National Society of Leadership and Success. And first thing I would like to do when the pandemic is over is, well, not go to the beach anymore because that's beyond that, but it's probably just to be around people, be able to be my family mostly, like my grandmother and just people that are older and you can't really be around because of the threat it poses. So I'm just excited. I just want to be able to embrace people. I want to be able to hug them and kiss my family, and we can't do that. So, but that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, I think I'm looking forward to that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I miss hugging my friends. Like now you just kind of gotta bump elbows, and even that's a big risk.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, if there's no other responses, are we ready to move on to the next slide?
Oh, should we quickly mention the random generated questions for the future reference?
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So the next time we have a random generator that we're going to put all of the questions that we brainstorm at the end of the meeting there. So next time you can just click on that. So it'll be like more random and more fun, getting to see what question we'll actually do. But the next slide is going to be for Kai's Discord, which she can take that over.
All right. So we just got a couple of newcomers. So I'm Kai. And we know like it can be very stressful to make connections in a virtual setting because normally you make connections and meet friends in classes when you're just waiting in the lounge, waiting for classes. So I figured Discord would be a good route. I don't know how many of you are familiar with it, and it is popular for like gaming settings, but it's a very easy to manage, and I'm in the middle of creating a Discord server, and hopefully it'll be done pretty soon. I'm like kind of doing the last touches. It'll be a great way to communicate, build connections, and get to know not only students, but also staff members. We're hoping to get some professors involved. Right now, so for the channels, we have 3+1, clubs, different majors, and then just like random categories, kind of like, oh, if you want to share TikToks or you want to like promote your TikToks, we have like a TikTok server. We have a channel for those of the people who are parents and in school, because we know that can kind of be difficult. So you can kind of meet people who are in the same boat as you. We have one for high schoolers, because we do have a high school population and we feel that they do deserve a safe space in there. So that's kind of what we're at. If you're interested in any channels or anything added, feel free to reach out and we will try and look it over. If you're interested in a leadership position, this will be a great way to get involved for like a mod for a specific channel, or if you want to do 2, or if you want to get involved with that, feel free to shoot me an email, either with the SGA email or through my personal email, like, well, not personal, but the school email. Are there any questions regarding that? Wait, Kelsey, was that the question just for now? All right, I think I shot you.
I just wanted I missed the first couple too that you said. It was.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
So for the channels, so there's a 3+1 section, and within
Okay.
the 3+1, it'll be like separated into like majors.
Mm-hmm.
There is major sections for the major. So instead of adding every single major in now,
Mm-hmm.
we will reach out to professors to see who's interested, and
Mhm.
then create ones like that. And then if there are students who we don't have their major for, once they reach out and we know that there's a need for that, we'll reach out to professors from that major and students from that major to create that.
Okay, so it's like more for major related, not like personal use. So like not like you said something about like
Oh, yes.
like high school students and stuff like that kind of platform for it.
Oh, yeah. So it could also be used for personal. So the first part of it, the way it's set up is the first part is educational, or anything you have that has to do with school.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's an entire like categories where there's a bunch of channels
Mm-hmm.
where they're just like completely random stuff, or
Okay.
you can kind of find someone within that niche. So
Mhm.
so far I think I have like some TikToks. I have one set up for parents, for veterans, high school
Mhm.
students. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. There's ones who are interested for like arts and crafts.
Single moms.
Yeah, so there'll be a section, so that way you can kind of like connect with people who are in the same boat, because it is tough being a parent and going to school, and you have like support from those.
Okay, perfect. I think it's a great idea. Cool.
Thank you. Yeah, and if there's any like channels that you don't see and that you want added, because obviously like I can't think of everything, and no ideas are stupid ideas. Like, we welcome all ideas, and we can try and look into it and try and make it happen if it is feasible.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah, of course. Awesome. Are there any other questions?
All right, if there's no other questions, I guess we can go on to the other slide. And if you guys come up with questions afterwards, you guys can do it when we're like brainstorming or at the suggestions part. All right, so the next slide is news club tips.
Hi, my name is New. I introduced myself earlier. So I run 2 clubs here at RCBC, which are a chess club and crochet club. So we just so I just made a document that just basically kind of like shows you from like, I guess from beginning to like to how to start your club, and then where to reach out and who to reach out to, and then like in there just like tips on how to run your club. I wrote the document up like during the pandemic. So like whatever tips that you see on there would like apply to running your club like this semester, because it's how I run my club. So essentially what you want to do to when running a club remotely is to keep in touch with your members. I have a Discord for my chess club and my crochet club. It's on Campus Lab. You can go on there. It should be in the bio section. And you also want to post like any remote events on Campus Labs, like I guess like virtual chess night or crochet night. So make sure that you post it on Campus Lab and promote it. There's many ways that you can go on about promoting your club, whether it's like reaching out to marketing or doing like an Instagram takeover or post on Facebook, whichever way works. And then next we have collaborate with other clubs. So you can absolutely find clubs that are active and collaborate with them to do something like virtual. And then obviously stay in touch with SGA or me. My email, you can always find it. I think it's on there, I'm not sure. But you can find my email on Campus Lab, and you can just reach out to me for like any questions or concern or just collab. So just a rundown. Any questions, concerns? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
All right, so if there's no other questions, I guess we can move on to the next slide. So this one is actually my slide. So it's about the promotional videos, and it's just going to be for what they just talked about. So first, I'm going to try and put together the video for news club tips. So I want to make it a fun and engaging way to really get this information. So she's already made her document, which looks great. It's colorful and everything. I really love how she put that together. So I'm excited for you guys to be able to see that. But I also want to put together a video. I'm going to try and see, because I know a lot of professors have put together videos to where it's actually you seeing their slides and them actually talking at the same time. So I'm going to try and see how to put that together, but I can also probably put a video together from my laptop as I've done before. So I'm going to put that in there. And then that's also going to tie into Kai's Discord. So once we really figure that out, we get that started, I'm planning on making a video for that as well, just to get that out to the students, to make it a really fun and engaging way, so that you just don't have to read a whole bunch of things, but in other ways you can just watch it, because I know that that's how I learn pretty well, or take in information. So I'm really excited to be able to provide that way, so you guys can read the document or you can watch the video. And yeah, do you guys have any other questions on that, or are we good to move to the next slides? Are there any questions in the chat?
No, there's not.
All right, cool. So we can move on to the next one. So the next one is what we hope to work on in the future. And there's three main things, which Kai can start it off with the first one.
All right, so we know it's tough to kind of organize community service opportunities during a pandemic, because a lot of them does involve working really closely with people, because the goal is to help people, and in order to do that, you tend to work closely with them. So we're thinking of a good way for the school to get involved and also to help local businesses would be to have local dine and donates at non-chain restaurants. So we would have, let's say, one every week, and each month the proceeds would go to a specific organization. We're still working out the finer details and reaching out. And then we would let everyone know in advance where the money would be going to and which restaurants it is. We are hoping to get a different restaurant each time and within Burlington County. So that way we can not only bring back to the organizations, but to our local community as well. I was thinking that if anyone does have any suggestions on where a possible place would be to have the dine and donate, like let's say a place has a lot of meaning to you, feel free to reach out and we can look into that place to see if it is a good place to hold one. So we're kind of on the planning stage for that right now. Does anyone have any questions?
Or suggestions for where?
Oh, suggestions to have the dine and donate.
Yeah.
Oh, I should probably explain what a dine and donate is for those who don't understand. So a dine and donate is picking a restaurant, and so we work with the owners or whoever runs the establishment, and for a specific day on a specific during like a time frame, any orders placed during that time frame, a percentage of the proceeds go back to us, and we put them towards a cause. So that's kind of what a dine and donate is. Legends Tap Pizza. Okay, let me write that down, and I will look into them.
Thank you for these suggestions, guys.
Legends Tap Pizza.
All right, so while she's writing that down, if there's no other comments on that, I guess Chris,
there was
you can
one more
move on.
comment. I'm sorry. Someone was asking if I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Kelsey, yeah, we can look into like opportunities that are off campus. Actually, I'm not sure if we can look into off-campus guidelines. Like we would have to, if you have any ideas or suggestions, feel free to reach out and we can see if we can make it happen. Because it's a campus event, it gets kind of tricky. Oh, Adrian apparently knows what she's about to ask. If you want, we can unmute you.
Burlington Island always has opportunities to have volunteer hours and stuff like that. They would follow COVID guidelines to the point where if you have a kayak, you can do it. I know we ran into some issues with it, so it's fine, but usually we cannot. But I'm thinking that since things aren't on campus anyway, that, you know, go ahead, Adrian, what's up?
Yeah, so the issue is, I'm pretty sure the feedback we're going to get is that, so the officers and I were talking about this a little earlier. Like, yes, campus is open because we have some classes in the bookstores open and public safety's there. But our goal as a college, like the RCBC party line right now is still, we're operating remotely. We are social distancing to help slow the spread. And so I think at this point, it's contradictory to that message to offer, even though it's off campus, to offer an in-person activity. Mm-hmm. I think, and like the 5K and the stuff like that that's on this list are things that are like, I'll use Student Life. We tried, so normally Student Life does a first Friday movie night on campus each month. And we were like, well, since we can't hold a movie night in the auditorium, let's do a drive-in movie because people can stay in their cars. And basically we were told, no, we just want to keep people off campus for right now. And I think like the 5K and your Burlington Island thing, like that all sort of falls into that same category of, yes, there are opportunities to do things socially distanced or in a less risky manner than sitting in a classroom or like in a closed space together. But they are still, like, our goal as a college is still to keep as much distance between each other as possible so that we can keep everybody safe. And I think that option as a community service project is a good one, just for the future when we can. Like, I think anything that the student government is doing, and this involves clubs too, like anything that a student group is doing is going to have to fall in line with whatever the campus directives are. Mm-hmm. So keep bringing it up, keep asking that question. But I think for right now, any in-person things, like outside of, have dinner with your family, mm-hmm. is probably a thing we need to put on the back burner for later.
Mm-hmm. And anything that we want to do as far as like for funding, Agent, if you could send me like how to go about filling out an application for something like that, you can email me that. That'd be great. Well, but we have our meeting next week though, so.
Yeah, that meeting I think is tomorrow night, so we can cover all that stuff with clubs and funding and money and stuff at that meeting.
All right, sorry. Okay.
You're cool. Okay.
All right, so Chris, if you wanted to move on to the next bullet point for this.
Yeah, I just wanted to try and through SGA have something that would acknowledge. First, it came about like kind of went off the idea of the rose pinning with the nursing students, and if we were to offer some type of flower or item of acknowledgement to them while they were on shift at the hospital, I felt like that would be like a really, really nice way to acknowledge them as former RCBC students, and our way of saying, we appreciate, what you're doing, in this time. And, then I kind of wanted to have it evolve a little bit, and it kind of turned into, hopefully having, Barry going to the hospitals and doing it. And, then we realized that it wouldn't, necessarily be the best way to go about that. So at this time, we're kind of looking to maybe do like a bouquet at the at the desk or something like that, and just going through and trying to reach back to the graduates of the program. We have a really great program, so if we can have them, knowing that we still remember them and we still want to say thank you, it's I feel like it was a really important thing to do. And, obviously it's not just the nurses, but, there's a lot of people that have been doing a lot through this time. So we're definitely looking for it to evolve with any ideas, anybody could have, and people that, they realize have done more for our communities than just any one specific profession.
Yeah, I think that it would be a really great thing for us to be able to thank them in that way. But also, what Adrian was going into for our last bullet point for this, Chris, if you wanted to talk more about that.
Yeah. So as an avid runner myself, I felt like it would be a cool idea to use the campus for a charity 5K. I've done a couple of them before, and they're always really a lot of fun. Yeah, again, this is something that we're going to have to kind of get creative with. We've spoken a little bit about doing a virtual 5K, and we've got some ideas getting tossed around for that, relatively recently. So it's looking like it, could definitely be a virtual event, and something, I would be pretty, I would think it'd be pretty great that we could get as one of our events. I'd definitely be, all for it. And, I'd like to get some partnerships and some sponsorships from local businesses and things like that, and people in our community to support it. I would like to open it up to alumni, community members, and make it a pretty big event. And the RCBC programs that is listed there would be like the foundation, any type of scholarship, the food pantry, things like that.
Yeah, are there any other comments for this? Any questions or suggestions? All right, so I guess if there's no more, then we can move on to the next slide, which is just the overall suggestions, ideas, or student concerns from everything that we've talked about, or any ideas that you have that you've thought about before this meeting or during this meeting. Is there anything that you guys want to tell us, or any events that you have ideas about? You guys can say that in the chat. And if you'd like to verbally say it, you can send that, and we can unmute you for that. Are we seeing any?
Nope, I don't see any messages.
All right. I think we can wait a minute, because I know some people might be typing out a lot of things. Yeah. So we'll just wait a little bit to make sure that we don't miss anything from anyone. But yeah, this can be from anything, just any ideas that you might have. It might be things that we can work on in the future or in next year's. Adrian, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to so when I'm in meetings, I have a bunch of meetings each week with different administrators and department leads, and on the staff and administrator side. And their question always is, what are you hearing from students? How are students feeling? What is happening with them? We know how we think this should all be working, because we've, you know, administrators have been working with academics and the deans have all been working together. But obviously in the actual execution of everything, it can go any number of ways. So obviously suggestion and ideas for things that you'd like to see from SGA are 100% welcome here, but also just general feedback. If anybody has feelings or thoughts about how the first week and a half of the semester has gone, how are your classes, how are your professors, what was hard, what was easy, like how is the semester going for you? And then I can take that feedback back to my meetings and share with them as well.
All right, Kelsey, I think I unmuted you.
Yeah. The only thing I can say that really a lot of people during the town hall said, like in the comments, was that they didn't know, like, just because they attend to a virtual club meeting, like how do they know that they're, like, does that make them officially in the club or something like that along those lines? So maybe if we can make that more clear, that like you can attend meetings and that's fine, but like in order to be in a club, is there a certain thing that they have to do or fill out? Or if you attend the meetings and you can say you're in Human Services Club, or yeah, you're in film club, you know, those type of things, like make it more of a distinctive line for the students. I think that would help.
I mean, I think that that line that you're looking for doesn't really exist in an in-person setting either. I mean, you've been in clubs, you've been involved for a while, and you know, some people a student can show up one week and then not the next. They can show up 3 or 4 weeks in a row and then disappear. So I think for the virtual approach, it's going to be a lot like the in-person approach, is that we're ironing out some final details. All of it'll kind of get unveiled at the resource fair, the tools that we want to use and how we want to support clubs through the fall semester. But I think the goal is still exactly the same. So if we have a student who wants to be in every single club through campus labs but never attend a meeting, that's awesome. If we have a student who wants to attend every meeting but only once, good for them. If we have a student who wants to attend all the meetings all the time, also good for them. Like, the point of student life is to provide a place for you to be involved at whatever level you're most comfortable with. And so I know some clubs do have requirements for their actual members, or some of the club constitutions specifically say, like, if you want to run for an officer position, you must attend so many meetings throughout the semester. So I think all those are still in place, but those are obviously on a club by club basis. And outside of that, I personally would not draw a line to say you must do these things to be considered part of this group, because especially right now, and like the SGA officers have talked about it with the Discord, and like New talked about getting involved in clubs, like in a remote environment, you don't want to push anybody out of feeling comfortable about getting involved.
Yeah. That's why I agree. That's why I wanted to make it, you know, kind of maybe known that, you know, you don't have to really do anything, just kind of show face and go to these virtual events. Like, that's the great thing about it being virtual, is that you can kind of do them, you know, like not whenever, but when they are, and you don't have to actually go nowhere. So it is a lot easier. So that should make it easier for them to be able to attend them and stuff like that.
And I mean, from a student life perspective, our plan really is to just not spam, but like almost spam students with, here's a link to this, here's a link to this, click on this link, check this thing out, and just like help those people find where their spot is. But as a club leader, or, you know, this goes for anybody sitting in this meeting, listening to this conversation, if you have ideas, and I've told the SGA officer this a number of times, that there are no bad ideas in this situation. This is a brand new, like, we're all doing this for the first time. None of us know what will work and what won't. Like, if we were on campus, I could be like, that is a good idea. That idea has been tried and didn't work for these reasons. In this virtual environment, like, your guess is as good as mine. And I think I'm comfortable speaking for student government, is that we're willing to try anything. Student life, student government, like, let's try it and see what works.
That's why I keep telling, like, I'm like, the only thing that we do know is that nobody really knows what we're doing and we're all figuring it out. So
Yep.
that's a good response for what I use, or my go-to anyway. I have to go to my officer meeting. I don't know. Is there anything else? As far as like ideas and stuff like that, they're more like human services based. So do I share them with you guys anyway?
I think you can share your ideas if you do have any. But thank you for joining the meeting. If you want to send us an email or something like that, if you don't have time, you can definitely do that.
Okay, yeah, I sent you privately my phone number as well too. So my email is my name. So
Okay.
all right.
Thank you.
Bye guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
Thank you.
joining.
Have a great
Thank you
day.
for joining.
That everything's gonna be going successfully for virtual. So see you guys. Bye bye.
Bye.
All right. So are there any other suggestions, ideas, or student concerns, or are we good to move on to our last point? Anything in the chats?
Nope.
All right. So we're going to move on to the next one. So this is the fun part again. So we're just going to brainstorm some fun questions. So tell us what you want our next question to be. Again, we're planning on having it picked randomly from a website, so we can just put all of these ideas in there, and then we'll see what happens for our next meeting. Does anyone want to start? Anyone have any ideas? This can be just about anything, guys, okay? So if you're thinking of something right now and you're like, no, that might not be good, just say it, it might be.
And
That
it
might
can
be
be like,
the one question.
it could be random, it could be silly, it can be semi-serious. It can really be anything.
Soda or pop?
Okay, I'm writing that down.
Kai, if you just want to, I think, take everybody off of like the mandatory mute so that
All
we
right,
can.
yeah. All right, I believe I made it that everyone can unmute if they would like.
All right, I think I think I have one. What do you guys think of if you could only wear one color for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Ooh.
All right, I'm gonna write it down. Are there any other ideas?
What's the silliest pajamas you own?
Okay.
Because I own a weird amount of onesies. Like
Oh, really? Oh, I want more
Like weird
onesies. That would be great.
Yeah.
Ooh, here's a super random one. If you could bring one superhero onto a deserted island, who would it be?
Okay.
I just thought of that one.
Someone wrote into the chat, what is your
Yeah.
go-to method for relieving stress? That's a good one.
That's a good one. And
I'm
I think
having
that's
a really hard time not answering these right now.
Same.
Are there any other questions? No more? All right. I'm just writing down this last question, and then I guess we can move on to the next one if no one has any other ideas. All right. So thank you guys for brainstorming with us these fun questions. I'm really excited to see which one we're gonna pull out next time. Does anyone want to make any guesses of which one it will be?
I'm going for my superhero.
I was thinking superhero.
All right. I'll write that down. We'll see what happens.
I'm kind of hoping for the pajamas because I'm kind of curious what people have.
Yeah, that would be fun. If we all
that's
just showed
good.
up in our pajamas next time.
Ooh.
That would be so fitting for Zoom, though.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just gotta say, it'd be so fitting for Zoom.
That actually just gave me a random idea. What if we had like pajama day? It'll all be Zooms, but like the students show up.
Ooh.
Obviously, it would have to be PG pajamas, but it would be like pajama day.
Or onesies.
Yeah, maybe we can plan that for one
I do
day.
have some
Ooh.
weird onesies.
Yeah, I think I'd have to go and get some more. See which one I'll show up in. Maybe we could do that for December 1st, our last meeting.
Ooh.
What do you
Yeah.
guys think? I'll write that down. We'll see. We'll give you guys a heads up to go get yours if we really do that, all right? Okay. So the next slide is just our last meeting dates. So we had our meeting today, which is September 8th, but next time, our next meeting is going to be September 23rd, and it's going to be at a different time. So this one is actually going to be from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m., and this one is actually going to be on a Wednesday. And that's just going for all of them. We're kind of like switching them around because we really wanted to make sure that we can have a wide range of people being able to join these meetings and to be able to come to them and to really be a part of it so that we can hear so many different voices. So that's the reason why we have ones on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and then we also have switched the times because we know that some people have work like 9 to 5, so they won't be able to come to the ones that are at this time, 4 to 5 p.m. And then we also know that some people work at night, so that's why we had it a little bit earlier. So hopefully these dates can work for you, but they are just bi-weekly. So hopefully you guys will be able to come to all of them so that we can have more brainstorm sessions, have some more fun with these questions that we have, and just really be informed and to be able to plan these great events so that we can just improve our campus together. Yeah, I think that should be it for the meeting dates. I don't know if you guys want to like take a picture of it, if you want me to freeze it for a little bit so that you guys can have it. But yeah. So these are our dates. And yeah, our last meeting for just this fall semester is going to be December 1st. So hopefully maybe we will hold on to our pajama party idea. I think that would be something to be really fun and to look forward to. But yeah, if you guys have any other ideas for maybe we can do that for all of our meetings, you know, have a little theme, something to add some more fun and pizzazz to it. So if you guys have any ideas, you know, you guys can always share that with us and send that in. We'd love to hear it. But our next one is just how to get into contact with us. So yeah, if you guys have these ideas, you just think about them and it's not in a meeting, you guys can always send us an email, and it's at sga@rcbc.edu. And I just want to thank you guys for joining our first meeting, and we really enjoyed it, and we're really excited that we have some participants and that you guys are really sharing with us some of your ideas and helping us brainstorm these things. So if you guys have any more comments, questions before we end? All right, I guess that's all. So thank you guys for all joining us, and we will see you next time, hopefully, for our next meeting, which is September 23rd, 6 to 7 p.m.
Does anyone want to do breakout rooms?
Oh, true. Yeah, if you guys just want to ask specifically a question, you guys can do that as well, I think.
Yeah, so if anyone is interested in a breakout room, I can create one. Nope. All right.
All right, well, I guess this is the end of the meeting, and I will see you guys later.
It was great getting to meet all of you and see all of you. It really was great.
Thank you for coming, guys.
Hey.
And I'm still banned on that Discord, Steven.
What?
I'm still banned on the Discord.
Hey, that wasn't me. I don't know what happened.
I'm just saying. I'm still banned for some reason.
I don't know what the problem is. That's not me. I tried talking to the administration. You won't get back to me.
It's all good.
You didn't say anything.
I'll just make
3
I'll
days
just make
ago.
my own.
I guess, yeah, I heard, that's what we should probably use, that other one we made for. I'll just post updates there. It's probably easier that way.
Okay.
All right. Should we stop recording the video?
Oh, yes. All right.
Okay.
Being recorded.